ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
I'd like to sincerely thank the leadership of the UAE. They have supported and welcomed 3 generations of my family over the last 40 years. And we are extremely grateful for everything they have done for us and everything that they continue to do.
Welcome our dear audience in your favorite program, Palace of Union, which is highlight the most successful and powerful people in the United Arab Emirates. Today it's our honor to host Mr. Mohammed Smadi, the founder and the CEO of Perform by AI. How are you, Mr. Mohammed?
I'm doing excellent, thank you, and I'm really grateful to be with you today.
Thank you too much. It's our pleasure to have you today in Palace of Union. And in the beginning of our interview, we would like to ask you to introduce yourself to our audience and give them a brief about your knowledge as well as your experience.
So on a personal level, I was born in Damascus and I was raised between Saudi and the UAE. I moved to the UK for about 15 years for my university education and for the early start of my career. And I moved back here 12 years ago to the UAE.
So it's a long journey of success actually. So we would like to know what is the major challenge you was faced with, especially in the beginning, and how you get through it.
So I think throughout my career, my challenges are quite common to many who are going through their career. It's finding a sense of purpose and a sense of fulfillment from what you do. Many of us, when we start our career, we realize that what we studied is not something we actually enjoy working in. And the organizations that we wanted to work for are not the organizations we thought they would be. And quite common challenges, low pay, low investment, a bad culture, no promotions, and they're not unique to me. They're quite common challenges that others experience. My advice and the way I dealt with them is that I think in every organization I worked with, I made sure I delivered remarkable impact. And I did my part. And where I felt that my potential was not being realized, I moved on. I moved on to better places. This made sure that whenever anybody looked at my history, I always had something to demonstrate and made sure that I accelerated my career.
So you already been specialized on consulting as a founder for your own company. How you found the market here in the UAE, especially it's a very highly competitive market?
It is very highly competitive. That's why we intentionally wanted to deliver something unique. Yes. Secondly, like many organizations in the region, while we are based in the UAE, we do have a commitment and a focus to the broader GCC region. And being positioned here allows us to access those markets.
So, as you know, in the difficult part, especially in the beginning, we needed the people surround us. So who were the biggest supporters personally to Mr. Mohammed?
I'm very grateful for a number of supporters, be it in my career or in my recent journey. From my family to my close friends to many of the leaders that I've worked with and the colleagues that I've had with me. I think the challenge we have when it comes to our career and our work, most of the time you find yourself having to rely mostly on yourself. And I think that's absolutely fine because it's very hard for anybody around you to really understand the challenges that you really face, and what it is that you are aspiring to do. But I have many people to thank for this journey today, and I think they all know who they are.
So, Mr. Mohammed, if I will take you back to know the starters for Perform by AI, we would like to know how was the foundations for the company and what are the great visions behind this establishment.
Thank you. It's a good question. So for us, it came from a number of opportunities that have recently come to us, and some have existed. So if we look at the AI market, it's a very untapped and new market. There's high growth, there's high demand. It's easy to access that market in terms of the tools and capabilities, and it has applications in every industry. Today in the GCC, the AI market is worth about $5 billion. And by 2030, it'll be worth more than 15 billion. That's very significant. When we look at consulting is equally a $5 billion market. It is very oversaturated. However, it does suffer from a number of challenges that we wanted to fix. When we look at organizations and their access to experts and consulting services, we find that it's very complex, very time-consuming, and they're very often faced with a choice. If they wanted good quality expertise, they had to pay a lot of fees for that. And at the same time, when it came to selecting a vendor, they found themselves very limited by the experts that they had and the solutions that they had, and not exactly what they needed. Consulting, on the other hand, is losing millions, from my direct experience, every year on proposals they could not submit because they're full on capacity. Tenders usually need about 10 days to respond. They're unable to meet some of them very complex requirements for clients. And at the same time, they're facing a lot of pressure in terms of margins from their clients demanding more for less. So their teams are overutilized and they're really limiting their growth. So as a result of that, we established Perform by AI in the UAE in 2025 with a mission to serve the biggest consumers and providers of consulting services. And really our services represent what I would call the full spectrum of consulting, and that is to provide experts, support with report writing and presentations for good-looking deliverables, support with research and analytics, and help to deliver strategy and performance solutions. And I'd like to conclude in terms of our founding principles that are key to our success. Our mission is to simplify access to the best fit experts and solutions, to combine AI with human expertise as a force multiplier, to be able to establish trust with our clients through full transparency and the quality assurance.
So, Mr. Mohammed, as you already started to tell us about the service you are provided, we needed to know also how you've been unique in these markets.
As of today, we've managed to achieve the position as being one of the only provider in the region that provides you with a single point of access for all of your consulting needs. All it takes is one request, and we take care of everything for our clients, from a simple expert to delivering the solutions from end to end. In terms of our scale, we represent a global network of about 40 organizations that have some of the leading capabilities in AI, from design to research to strategy and solutions, and providing experts. So what this means for us today is we have over 1 million experts in our pool. This is, again, one of the largest pools in the region. And we have a variety and scale of capabilities that no other provider can match today.
So, Mr. Mohammed, the world is moving too much fast, especially in the technology part. And as I see, you are adopting for the major technology which we have it now, the AI. We needed to highlight it more, how you're adapting to this technology and how the service will be for the clients.
Great question. For us, it's all about value. When we think of value in our industry in general, value for us is regarded as your outcome over your cost. So an outcome for a given cost. And in consulting, or other industries, cost is largely driven by time, the time it takes to do something, and the labor that's involved there. Now, luckily, AI has the capability to do both, increase our outcomes and reduce our costs. And we have tried to adopt AI in two forms. AI for us we adopt it in the way we do business and making us more efficient, reducing our admin work, and really being able to reduce our costs, which are then translated to our clients. But then if I give you a few examples on our services, let's say when it comes to sourcing experts, the time it usually takes to send requests, receive profiles for our clients and be able to send them, we've been able to reduce that by 75%. In the past, 1 out of every 10 CVs was actually suitable. With us, 8 out of every 10 are actually fitting the requirements. The humans always play an important part there with the interviewing and the validation. There's no AI that can do the job, but this is one example. Another really good example is how we use it in our research. So today, we use it to analyze thousands of pages and data sets. We use it to extract information, make sure it's referenced, and to produce any output that we need. We're able to reduce this by 90% and still maintain the quality. And we're able to analyze about 10 times more data and far level of insights and outputs that our clients appreciate. So this is another example, but again, the humans have a very important part to play in the strategy, the planning, the data preparation, and the copywriting, and the final production. So all in all, I think AI has done a tremendous job for us in being able to provide capabilities that before other organizations would have had to invest a lot more in. And similarly, when it came to our clients, we're able to deliver far more value for what they used to receive traditionally, and much faster with much better outcomes.
So, Mr. Mohammed, as you know, that UAE has been defined as a global business hub, and it's one of the best countries in the investment sectors as well as in business. So how this country with its rules and regulations help you to grow your own business?
I think without the rules and regulations and the enablers that the UAE has provided for us today, I don't believe that would have been possible for me to have been able to achieve what I have. Firstly, in terms of the golden visa, I think that has been amazing in allowing me to have this opportunity, one that I have not been able to do before. 2, in terms of allowing us to own our own business and the cost of setup, very affordable and very easy process. And in terms of the access and doing business, again, it's probably one of the best locations that I can think of globally and regionally.
So if I will take you back to Perform AI, your company, we needed to know what is the future inspirations from now to the next 5 to 10 years.
So I really would like to see us achieving 3 main goals. We would like to be the provider of choice for AI-enabled consulting services. We'd like to be one of the biggest investors in the next generation of AI talent. And we'd like to be a contributor to the transformation and the AI agenda for the UAE.
Great. I wish you all the best, and you already choose the right country. As you know, this is the only country which have ministry for the AI. So I wish you all the best, Mr. Mohammed. And as a very successful businessman, have a lot of experience, how you define the success from your viewpoint?
It's a very good question, and one that I think follows us throughout our lives in terms of truly defining what is success for us. And I believe that for many of us, we define it in terms of financial success, and I personally disagree. I think our success and my success is personally defined by the impact that I've had on individuals, on communities, on the organizations and the clients that I worked for. And it's that positive impact that I look back on and I define in terms of my success. And I don't believe that my journey is over, obviously. I still have a lot to provide and a lot to achieve. But I do recommend for everybody looking to define their success is to avoid the trap of defining it financially, because that is not the true meaning of success.
Thank you so much for this humanity definitions, and also I wish you all the best to achieve again and again and full of your successful. So, Mr. Mohammed, last but never least, we would like to ask you to deliver an advice for the new generations who are freshly graduated, they always need the fast way, but this is not the way of success, so please put them in the right way.
I think I have a lot to say about this question, but I'm going to start. So my first advice in terms of AI is going to touch every aspect of our lives and everything that we do. Adopting AI and using it to perform our future careers is unavoidable. I do also believe that artists, teachers, police officers, and every individual stands to benefit and use AI to amplify what they do. So I do not necessarily recommend that you take a career in AI, but to adapt it into your passion and what it is that you do and want to do in your life. I do have also some strong advice about the future where I can also foresee AI is going to take away a lot of jobs. And when we add that with the slowing economies and the growing populations and new innovations, finding a job in the traditional sense is only going to get harder. However, AI presents a beautiful opportunity for all of us. AI today can allow many individuals and organizations to perform work that they've never been able to do before. So what does that mean? That means that in the future, it's far more likely that a much younger generation is able to achieve their independence and start their businesses from a young age. So my advice on that aspect is it's important to look at AI in terms of its broader adoptions within business and to look to a future where you're not only aspiring to have a career and to be an employee for somebody, but also to aspire to be your own leaders and to establish your own businesses.
We concluded our episode for today by a word from heart to heart to all the Highness here in the UAE to thank them for their effort to keep our life safe and success. What would you like to tell them?
I'd like to sincerely thank the leadership of the UAE. They have supported and welcomed 3 generations of my family over the last 40 years. And we are extremely grateful for everything they have done for us and everything that they continue to do.
And we also thank you too much, Mr. Mohammed Smadi, the founder and the CEO, for Perform by AI, to give us the opportunity to come and meet you today and hear your successful journey.
And I thank you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, our dear audience, for keep watching. Please wait for us in next episode by next week. From Palace of Union, this is Hulay Al Gindi. Goodbye.